Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So we are at the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Over the last time we went to wasn't it an abbey? I know there was some priesthood thing we went to, or monastery we went to, and there was a bunch of giant things. Wasn't in this, it was back in Icewind Dale. And pretty much everyone was dead because they got attacked by the snaky things. But yeah, somehow I don't, somehow I expect people to be like, hey, you shouldn't be here. We're going to try to murder you. As the usual. Also dungeons. Also you have a name. Why do you have a name? A dark cloaked and fierce straps the fur puffs up his bared chest with every drag from his pipe. Come a long way to get to mail, have ya? So what are you doing, Hal? Enjoying the fine weather just a bit longer. My mistress had business with Andres. We'll be off as soon as she's done in the abbey. Meantime, I was told to stay put. They don't want any outsiders meandering about. Sure, I put some kind of heads on me. Said I won't remember any of this, but the cop was worth it. There's a way to come home with a full coin purse, I've said most of my mornings. So that has an appeal. Which one? He lets out a chuckle and slaps his chest. Very printful looms on his side. Skin. Wish you were the fun kind. She's a gift bearer. Pay me well to guard her on the journey, though. I'm okay to get inside. Are you now? Throws the pipe away from his clenched teeth and points. Starting him to the path ahead. As far as I know, straight this way. The nail path on the right, with a ruined archer if they let you in. Of course, non-archers are not too friendly, but to their own. My mistress went through the archway, towards the guard's help, then head on. They got eyes on the overpass. Cast me to the from far when they passed this way. As if I stand here playing field, I had some grand design of sneaking into a blazing church. You know, it's an abbey that's worth hiding anyway. Monks? Oh, what's the abbey that fortress? You can bet it's got holes, like any fat old monster. Supply passages, escape routes. Well, I say I never explored one uninvited when I was too young to know better. Had myself to its relics. Let's say it's turn war gods has her way. I'll be living my next life as a dung old bug. Okay, well, thanks. Help me again. And luck manages to return soon. Hope you found what you're looking for.
Of course.
So, potential overpaths. That's what you're saying. So you're saying this here's the main path, though. So I'll just go up and say hi. Shall we? Old, who's thou? God knows why I'm the Tidebringer. The guard's eyes now. Oh, yeah, be sure. When the final rotates the master inside, a time of transition for our church. My presence no accidents. Forget my caution, which ought to respect you. The habit awaits you inside. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna make well, since we only get like one quick save, I'm gonna make a temporary upper save hill. Just in case we screw things up, because let's face it, to screw things up. No. Oh. Once again we did, I forgot about this. Boop. There we go. So I wanted to go inside. But what if we do our sneaking around now? Because, you know.
Even our visitor is to be turned away, he said.
What interest would our quarters hold?
Our quarters aren't the worry. It's our brothers and sisters below.
Interesting. So now we've made, friends with them.
You look pale, sister. Find someone to take your place. I'll stand watch.
I'd hoped I was over this illness, but clearly not.
It's no
I
trouble.
shall take your advice.
There you go.
I mean, sure, we lied to them and everything, but hey, they seem to be perfectly fine with us right now. Which I like. I like them being perfectly fine with us. This looks interesting. Mirrors printed on the face of the rock wall, some 4 pounds inch variation and story of some kind. And spat. And through the end. Spat the next panel. Summon the flood. That's when the ebb. Dine through the beginning. Ah yes. The natural order of things.
Yes.
Basically, there's a city, it's prosperous. Flood comes, claims it.
As you
Then the
wish.
flood goes away. Then they rebuild. Giant skeleton's leg. There's also thousands of presents. God knows where exactly am I going? Yeah, it's a big old leg, isn't it?
Saw they let you through. You must be our visitor. The High Abbot awaits you inside. Straight back.
Hi. Yeah, I'll be right with that in a minute.
I suppose it can't be helped.
Just gonna loot all your shit first.
There you go.
Ooh, Grimmer of the Tides. I mean, I think we have all of that, but that's an impressive array you got there of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I have all that, but that's not bad collection of spells you got. Oh, there's all these potential ways. There's that entrance, this entrance. They all say they go to the same area though, so I should have found the space between the bones of the skeletal hand. Forming a separate incline to the jagged cliffs below.
Kauto knew Saman was upon us.
The Tidebringer. It's been so long.
My soul is ready, brother.
Yeah, they're totally believing the lie we've made. Which, hey, let's face it, we could have murdered all these guys. But hey, this gives us a second to just, you know, worry about the loot. And isn't that what matters? Isn't the loot what matters? Of course it's what matters. What always matters. Well, that's the Halls of Silence. There are multiple entry points. That when we go to the front door, go find him and all that. Which seems nice and all, but what if I want to go look around? It's like 4 doors.
I should not have peered over the edge. I could see no bottom.
Ha! Perhaps if you pray, the lady will allow you to forget.
So by the way, you have the president of Fisher that time has torn into the mountain upon which the heavy stands, whistling winds call Up in the depths of the crevasse, mournful wails hinting at the great descent from the edge into the dark and lonely spaces below. Encased in centuries of rhyme, a gargantuan skeletal hand hangs awkwardly above the gap, its fingers displayed in pain pose, its eyes preserving the circumstance of the victim's death long after the flesh rotted away. Or the ominous moaning of the crevasse to disturb your thinking, you consider your options. Considering the span of the gap and the position of the skeleton hand, you believe a well-placed grappling hook will allow you to reach the other side. The position of the hook may be tricky, the winds are not so strong that they would endanger attempts to cross. Cast it. The middle finger is a large target, but just in the midst of a buffeting wind that threaten to blow the rope and grapple, of course. Caster will have to be nimble with nimble fingers. Sure, I'll cast it myself. Oh, my dexterity, sure I have that. You taking the grapple a cautious way into... Oh, I don't have it, do I? Shit, no one has that, do they? Oh, we don't have enough grappling hooks. Do I just wait? No, that's so good. Okay, so that's not gonna work that way. Alright, so why don't we just, waltz in the front door? What if we just waltz in the front door? But yeah, I don't think any of us really has. Yeah, I have 17. I might be able to hit that, but yeah. No one really has 18 dexterity. Oh well. Just waltz in the front door and see how they like that. I mean, what's the worst that happens? They try to attack me and I have to murder them all? Well, at least we're smart enough with lore. Which is, honestly, that's pretty much the reason why I chose lore, though. Because, like, I knew I'd be doing a lot of talking, so I knew I need athletics to get through a lot of stuff. I know I need survival just helps me with my, well, I know athletics would help me with a lot of my dialogue at times. Threatening and shows of strength. But also, it helps with the hills. Which doesn't really help me that much in hindsight. Since I have that much health, but still. And survival, can't be bonuses. Also helps me sometimes dialogue. The mechanics, the fact they said that has dialogue, I have not really seen mechanics in dialogue. Like, conversation, scripts, and interactions. You haven't really seen mechanics be played into that. Lore comes up a lot in dialogue too. A lot in dialogue. That's why we have such high lore. Despite the fact I'm never going to use scrolls for atrophy. Question shift the gave form to the statue appears too skilled and we find to come from mere mortal hands. It's a boat.
You are a guest, I take it? You will find the abbot past the chamber of the fallen moon, behind me.
So you tell me I should go that way. Save. Interesting. How about if I go this way though? Up, going to explore your place, loot all your shit. Nice and pretty though. Okay, well there's door number 2 and staircase. Don't mind me. Just exploring your shit and looting your shit and...
Look there.
This is the record?
Hi. The fact you guys don't give a single shit is so... Yeah, I was expecting you guys to start freaking out when I started looting shit.
Yes. See that it is cast away with the others.
Like seriously, you guys are... Yeah. Get this whole, you know. You must toss the stuff and forget. Oh, shit, I have to read that first. It might be infallible. Oh no. Oh no. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's a quest item. Okay. If this book's important, we'll read it. A gift bearer was traveling along the road when she meets a man in tears holding a scrap of parchment. Why do you weep? Asked the gift bearer. I hold you a letter from my wife. I tried to be a good husband, but the letter says I was not. That she's gone to seek the company of a better man. Now this is all that remains of her. Give the letter to me, then, says the gift bearer. For once you have forgotten the letter, your wife can cause you no further pain. The man gives her the letter and finds his tears have dried up. Thanks the gift bearer and leaves at peace. The gift bearer continues on, contemplating the man's story, but does not get far before she covers an old woman in tears holding a string of beads. Why do you weep? Asked the gift bearer. Oh, we have a string of beads that counted the years of my daughter's life. Sickness took her while she was still a child, and she was denied the joys of her life, and I the joys of her mother. That's all that remains of her. Give the beads to me, then, says the gift bearer. For once you've forgotten the beads, your daughter can truly rest. The woman gives her the beads and finds her grief no longer gnaws at her soul. She thanks the gift bearer and leaves at peace. Thinking on the woman's pain, the gift bearer follows the road until she reaches the sea. In her hand she carries the letter and the beads. They are light in her hands, but heavy upon her heart, and she is crying. She prays to Under to allow the objects to be forgotten and cast them into the water. And yet, long after they have sunk beneath the weight, how would that letter sink? I mean, if anything, maybe it would dissolve eventually, but how would it sink? Those beads would have to be pretty heavy to sink. Beneath the waves, the gift bearer finds herself still weeping. Merciful Andre, she pleads the gift bearer. In your service, I have helped people forget their troubles, yet though I pass them on to you, I find them still as though they were mine. How can this be? The gift bearer listens to wisdom and they'll crash away until she understands the fear of the troubles of others, and your soul is a burden in itself. However, she has no token to give to Andre to bear it away, for the tokens are not hers to forget. Give myself to you, then, says the gift bearer. For once I am in your care, no memory may haunt me. With that, the tide comes forth and embraces the gift bearer, and when it ebbs, she is gone. Okay, so how does that help me? It's just, hey, then yeah. So, what's this bookcase? Oh, stuff. Book. Oh, lockpicks. Are we good on lockpicks? I know we had to use some occasionally, but I guess we're good on lockpicks. I mean...
They call out sometimes. Even the guards below think it's strange.
For Andra, most like. They surely long for her embrace.
So, I'm pretty sure if I unlock the store, they're gonna be angry with me.
I suppose it can't be helped.
Every time I time my power to allow you pass, you need the high Okay, yeah. That makes sense. You can't go in though. Okay, fail. Fail. Like, I probably shouldn't be able to
I suppose it can't be helped.
But no one's in here to stop me.
A blade in the
No one's in here to
dark.
stop me. Ow. Oh god, that's always storm. Go, hit, run. Doesn't stop. At least it didn't really hurt the party as much as it did as it used to. Ah, the Journal of the High Abbot. This one appears to serve many functions. There were no detailed schedules and routines at the Abbey. There were bare passages from Mondrian texts, annoyed with personal insights. Those are depictions of dreams. They seem very simple, but one interest of interest. It's been long since I dreamt of my rising, yet now if another rising is soon upon us. This is the fifth time in a week, perhaps January Hill. I am put to rest. I am walking through the halls of silence. I feel eyes on me from all sides. Angry, vengeful eyes. I arrange the panels and curl my hands into the sign of the tide. Right as the wave, the left tracing the crescent moon with my two outer fingers. The way opens to me. I climb the steps and honest witness is installed though. As for Gilliam, set to operate the valves, usually like a leper, and then the water rises. They are angry shouts, and when I go my yells, they are louder still. But the water continues onward. Far past where it should, I climb it as high as I can, but I feel icy on my feet. Then it is over my head, and I cannot breathe. Suddenly, I'm outside the railroad, looking at the fairy tales. The witness is in my hand. And the veil parts for it. I step through to the one place in the Abbey I feel protected. Only when I pass the side, I come out in total darkness. I call for help. I'm shouting. Screaming for help. There's no answer. I stop. I sit there in the dark, waiting for what seems like ages. Then I realize I don't know who I am. Okay. Perform a sunshine before 4 pounds, retrieve a rod like rope from a nearby device and use it back. The doorway of water until a wall enclosure somewhere outside that. So you're saying I should go to the house of silence, is what you're saying. So I could skip this whole mess and just do that.
Not a sound.
Not sure how I feel about this. Hope that helps.
Pretty sure it shouldn't be in now. But
Look
no
there.
one's really stopped me yet, so. A freezing rake trap, oof. Oof.
Interesting.
Wilting wind trap, oof. Them some traps.
The High Abbot imparted to me that I wasn't alone, that he has nightmares sometimes as well.
Truly?
It's no trouble. Hope that
It
helps.
surprised me to hear it. He has such a peaceful manner.
Oh yeah, don't mind me, I'm just looting all your shit. That leads down to the Halls of Silence. That leads up to the rail quarry.
Even with your labors, your presence of mind never falters. I don't know how you do it.
Sure.
Perhaps your thoughts would swim deeper if your tongue didn't come out for air so often, dear brother.
Ha. House of Silence, House of Silence. Rail quarry. So, now that we've explored, do we go talk to the High Abbot or do we just go loot more? Great. I see.
He seemed preoccupied.
I expect I would be too in his position.
So we're still using Barris Barracks voice actor. Looks like we're overusing him a bit, but anyway. With around us and our clad in trav. The Frontier Gonzar seems stressed for occasion. His robe is bright and glossy. His neck and arms are bedecked with jewelry. The symbols of the castle crowned into every available space.
Ah, good. The Conclave has elected a Tidebringer after all.
That's bad notion, company nod.
And they took my advice in providing you an escort. Very good. I am sorry I could not make your journey easier. I am Kauto, the High Abbot.
Okay, me seems like good.
And just in time. The May Queen's tide is nearly past its peak. Much longer, and we'd have had to wait another year. The rules of the Rising are quite clear on that, unfortunately. When you are ready, we will begin with the recitation.
Not gonna mention something about railcar.
Yes, of course. I would not pass my station to you without passing that knowledge as well. It is the Abbey's most sacred chamber. When the Rising is complete, I will take you there myself. In fact, the ritual demands it.
Both recitation.
You seem nervous. The Conclave chose you for a reason. For a devout follower of Ondra, the answers will flow naturally to you. I remember my own Rising. The Conclave sent me on the same exhausting journey. When it came time for the recitation, I could not remember a word. But it all came back in time. Our goddess smiles upon the forgetful. Our library is open to you, as are the grounds outside. There is a beautiful mural, and you may, of course, speak with the gift-bearers here, if it helps your recollection. Take your time, and examine these things. Do not be afraid to fail. A lapse here or there is to be expected. But do take care in your work. Even my patience has limits.
Sure, why
Very
not?
good. We shall commence the Rising.
The Rising.
First is Anthu. Last is Dianthu. For the tide comes at the end and leaves at the beginning. I am Disaman the Ebb. Who comes this way?
Well, in that case, let's play the lore. I'm seeing the flood.
Blessed be Saman, that washes over the shore and brings the end. Blessed be Disaman, that returns to the sea and leaves behind the beginning. A gift-bearer comes to Disaman and asks him to bear his burdens away.
We have lore.
What
Tell me
token
what
do you
I
offer,
should do.
gift-bearer?
Because, like, hey, we could choose the right one, or we could choose the lore right one.
The token is received in Ondra's name. Tell me of your burdens.
We don't have the lore anymore. I bear away the memories of others.
In Ondra's embrace, our burdens are lifted.
Lucia shakes his head.
I'm afraid you have misremembered some of the rite.
Wait, I have?
This will not do. Has it been so long since you were a gift-bearer yourself, Tidebringer? The recitation is archaic, but...
Shit. Well, I thought that was right. I mean, let's go back here to the book. It seems like you have the memories of others. Oh, well, save.
Are you prepared now for the recitation? If you think you are ready. First is I am Disama. Blessed be. A gift bearer comes. The token is tell me of your burdens. In Ondra's embrace. I'm afraid. Has it been so? The recitation is archaic.
What? Apparently I don't know that one. Huh. Because, like, I tried that. Both those that made sense, but no, maybe I should talk to you. How did I jump? What jump? Jimmy touches the boat. What jump? Just then, how could you have forgotten? Push flash behind her. I don't understand. Well, the bunch was forgotten. Oh, and all things forgotten too. Belong to Andra. Is that what I needed? Well, I'm surprised they didn't question me for wanting that. Oh, it would be stupid to take that, though. Let's try this again. That key is tempting. Probably go through this real.
Are you prepared now for the recitation?
Take it again.
If you think you are first is I am Disaman. Blessed be. A gift bearer come. The token is tell me of your burdens.
I have none for all that belongs to Ondra's forgotten.
In Ondra's embrace.
Ability nods.
The Tidebringer shows himself worthy of his charge.
Like so, he just didn't have the third clue, so he couldn't say the third answer. It's a bit annoying when it's something like that, like you just don't know it, so here's a bunch of false answers, and you can't actually progress until you find the person to talk to.
Your purpose here, Tidebringer, is to perform the ceremony of the Rising. It is the transition of one phase of service to the next. On the level beneath us in the Halls of Silence, our low-tide brothers and sisters have lived for many years, sealed by their own will. It is time for them to be relieved of service, and for the high-tide brothers and sisters here to take their place.
In the halls below, you will find a rock, honest witness, and as for where we come for dispensing holy warbolts or something more.
The device will flood the Halls of Silence. This is the Rising.
One of the beards on the track.
It is the will of Ondra. Every monk assigned to the Abbey understands and accepts this. The monks here have all served as gift-bearers. We bear away people's most painful memories, and always a part of them remains with us. In the Halls of Silence, memory itself fragments until it is no more. The halls are a reprieve from a gift-bearer's burden. In the end, the halls take all memory, but the process takes a toll, as you might imagine. After many years, when the process is complete, the Rising is performed, to give final peace to those who dwell there. This is your charge. The device it operates is a simple valve mechanism. It will be clear to you when you see it. The high tide is to replace the low, and stand vigil in the... When you have completed the Rising, bring Ondra's witness to me here. To reach your destination, you will need to know the sign of the tide, which is kept only by the High Abbot. It's said that it is the first knowledge lost when the Abbot joins the low tide in the Halls of Silence. Watch carefully.
Contorts the fingers of his right hand to a particular curl shape. Nor the left hand he traces arc from center to end, simultaneously with his indents and the little fingers.
I trust you will perform your duty, Tidebringer.
Oh, sure, why not? Query. So yeah. I mean, we could have came in here and murdered everyone. But this seems fine. Let's go to this room. I'm more curious about the skeleton outside, you know? It's gonna be awkward when the real Tidebringer arrives. Grammy is able to walk freely. So begin to make a dinner tide move. You on the lower tide have been in the host signs for a long time. That might not sound. Your presence may provoke them.
Mind your center. You always knew this time would come.
Or perhaps murder them, so be it.
I've seen the other side, brother. I'll find its waters again, warm and soothing.
That's the sign. Ah, that's a coppery bones encased on the ice seem to be part of the hip of a giant skeleton. And there's that one door. But everything's connected.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
That's Jones Bones. Meh. More grappling hooks to replace the ones I keep using. Because I do keep using a lot of grappling hooks. More boots of speed. Loads of boots of speed.
Make sure they receive extra. I'll not let them fall into the goddess's embrace with empty stomachs.
Hope that helps.
And there's the upper step is down. And you guys still just don't care that I'm, you know, looting everything, right? I appreciate it. But anyway, you told me to be careful about the guys. You know, and Harry has the key, so... Boop. So it begins. What, pray tell, waits us? Inside. Inside. I said inside. Ah. Cells. Cells so they can't escape when they get drowned. Lovely. Questioning it. Oh, soul. Hi, soul. While the skeleton have to have an ice of interest event since the lingers. Feeling your soul enveloped the essence. Memory spread in thin mist around under you. Dim and torn, the scattered fragments floating like melted dust in the twilight. You're walking into an oblong chamber. The stone of its underground walls glisten. Still wet from the floodwaters, a hand clasped in the shoulders. You hear a whisper. Arthrek, I don't want to look. My vanishes. Now all you see is a slab of stone. You're staring at 6 inches away from the wall. Your very straight circles are digging into the moss that clings on the road surface. You're not sure how long you've been touching it. Perhaps you've always been. Screams out you echoes thunder throughout the halls. Your ears hurt. A pain that digs deep burrowing into your head like a twisted dagger. You run, others run. You don't know them. You can't remember them, but somehow you take comfort in their presence. Yes, they will help you with the pain. The noise, you'll kill it. Then the memory subsides, and now you're sitting down on the steps carved on rock. Dozens of skeletons lie below. Beneath frozen water, their jaws hang open, silent. Yes, what's that? A low rumble? Gargling, growing, deafening. Snap your head to the side and now you see it. The water rushing down the halls, pushing you into under white foam. You fall, your mouth opens itself, but you scream so muffled as it fills with water. Ah, yes. They must have been part of the old low tide. I know a potential way in. You didn't mention anything about moon spiders now, did you?
Curses!
But they totally didn't mention anything about moon spiders. That's a giant one, though. About
What is it?
That's for my friends!
That's it! What? As you wish.
Despite the actually shooting to cover these webs, the threads gently vibrate the slightest disturbance. Well, of course they do. So yeah. This here seems very multiple pathful like dungeon. More so than most places we've been in the game. Like, I like the design of it, just why haven't we done something like this sooner? The whole, well, you could have snuck in, you could have talked your way in, you could have murdered your way in. There's like 9 different passages in. There's the ciphers, there's this. No, it hurts. Take it soft. Getting angry. My head is That's it!
As you wish.
Well,
so this is how Andra takes care of her own?
yeah, she drowns them. I know, right?
Who's there?
Okay. Yeah, this is totally how she takes care of her own. She drowns them. Now you seem important. Just a downy grey hair sprout from the back of this man's scalp like shrubs. His lower lids cover inward over road teeth that appear to have mostly fallen out. Musty odor hangs about him like a fog.
Is that you, Edith? I thought I'd lost you. I called for you. I wanted to search, but the blizzard lasted days. I'm so sorry.
He stands a hand in his chest apologies rather than feeling his core, and he draws back. His grin insists of trying to see you better.
But wait. We did find you. When the thaw finally came, I saw you. Rigid. Frozen. You cannot be Edith. No, we are in the Abbey. Gift bearers. And you... Then listen well, Tidebringer. Kauto does not know what he asks. Nor did I, when I performed the Tidebringer's duties so long ago.
Oh.
The halls of silence. They take our minds, memory by memory. It would be peaceful, we were told, like going to sleep. Look around you. We, the low tide, who have been sealed down here all these many years, do we seem at peace to you?
Yeah,
We are, did we? We did. We chose it when we thought it was our duty, and that it would be peaceful. But the more we forget, the less we understand. Every day something familiar becomes strange. If I had known, I'd never have accepted my assignment to the Abbey. Nor would many, I suspect. The Tidebringer comes to replace the High Abbot. The ritual is called... It is called... The Rising. Yes. We carry so many memories. Tragic or dangerous some. We live above for a time, devoted to Andra. Then we come here to forget it all, wash our souls clean of the memories. When it is done, a Tidebringer is summoned. Those above, the high tide, they become the low tide. It means they are brought here to the halls of silence. But not before the old low tide are removed, drowned in a flood, and swept away the rising. Few of us know friend from foe anymore. I may be the only one left who can still speak for us. They are peaceful in their hearts. It is this place. It has confused and agitated them. Please forgive them. No one has asked me in I don't know how long. Who was I? I was the High Abbot, wasn't it? High Abbot Ferentis. That was me. Or the one before me, if not. No longer, though. I am just another brother of the low tide. I remember a woman. Was she my wife? She had curls in her hair, and she spoke softly. What became of her? I carry so many memories that I took from strangers who wanted to be rid of them. I don't know what's mine anymore. And there are so many holes. Every image a blur or a void. Would that I could be free of this place, free to make new memories, to know who I am. There is a relic, an aspergillum, it was called. What was it?
An aspergillum.
Well, it doesn't matter. It controls the floodwaters, but also the outer floodgates. Andra's Witness! That is the name. It is down here, but I don't recall how to reach it. The High Abbot knows. If you can find out from him, you could set us free. Open the gates. We would leave in peace and finish our lives in dignity. We are all so old now. There is little damage we could do in this state.
Oh, you guys tried to attack.
I don't know. We had this old fella in Gilded Veil. Looked harmless, couldn't talk, but he'd bite you if you tried to steal his steak when no one was looking.
Why'd you try to steal his steak?
Once we are free of this place, we will be able to make memories again. The confusion and paranoia will pass.
I'll see what I can do.
Use the door behind me. Safer that way.
So, I could technically let them out into the world. But I'm pretty sure that's not what they want me to do, but it's something I could do. You told me to be safer this way. An acrid pungent smell climbs from the depths of this pit. I don't even know why I picked up though. Oh. Down the street, catch glimpses of shapes of darkness, wells and whispers, faint erratic echo from within the sealed halls.
This ends here.
That one hit true.
Of course.
But what's in this door? Yeah, I haven't really been that thorough, but you know. I tried to click on it, but then it worked. I'm getting flashbacks to this in a way. I save. You ever seen any of an ocean shoreline or carved into four stone panels? Arranged haphazardly at different lengths along a network of rails. Bound surface to... Well, that's not right. It would be like... that one first, that one, that. Compared to the wall behind the railroad, so much the far so that they should fit the panel shall bears that barren shore sitting in flames of flourishing city in a tidal wave. Well, let's arrange the panels. Is there any panel that looks like a percentage of best by following the network rails? Well, the city in flames. Side rails. The first rails. Panel matches, size and remove arm resistance launches base. Slide the panel of the tidal wave. Oh. Okay, I thought this was... Okay, never mind, it's fine. Once that's the first rail open, I was confused. My parents got locked in place behind there was Jones. It's metallic going in there a steady whirl. Small tie about waist tie slides back beneath there was a carving. So it was an amateur ocean wave code around across the moon. Perform the sign of the tide on the hidden carving. You quarter hand is catch right done. Position it over the carving the wave, then using it around you trace the arc of the crescent with your index and little fingers. Everyone stirs around all around and comes the sound of rushing water. I was going to say, did I just drown everyone? No, I think this was before we drowned everyone. This was just, hey, by the way, magics. This is just a way to progress, to go. You know what's amusing, though, is... Yeah, there's this intricate way to progress. But yet then there's also just this gate hill. You know. Just this gate hill that you could have went through. If it was open instead. So hey, we found the MacGuffin. And this deep semicircle established what appears to be a vessel with a sprinkling of holy water, and this contents however looks more like a labyrinth. There were images traced on the wall before, one of a rising wave, one of an open gate. So we could drown everyone. We could let them out. Drown everyone, let them out. Well, let's face it. We've been good so far. I haven't been usually better than I usually am in most things like this. So just open it. In the distance, you hear a snap of rustle out and the groan of iron hinges. So instead of drowning everyone, we let them out into the world. Oh god, a bunch of crazy people. I'm sure that's definitely not. I'm sure that won't have consequences. What? Stop them. Our brethren, do not harm them. Echoing voices reach your ears. The words are unintelligible. You make out laughter, crying, and chills. Soon after shouts of alarm resonate in the distance. But with a click, the machine releases its hold, and in the strange rod, you pack the vessel away. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem.
Let's hope we don't run into any of them on the way out.
I mean, fail. Problem though is, I'm pretty sure the High Abbot's going to know about that. And that's probably going to come back to bite me in the ass. But, you know. I think it's a better alternative than drowning everyone. Oh, I can't go talk to what's-his-face before we go up. I think I want to go talk to what's-his-face before we go up. Oh, he's left. He's buggered out. I mean, fail. I'd bugger out too if I was in his shoes. I don't even know where they went. Hell, they're probably somewhere else. But yeah, I'll notice, you know, the High App's not gonna be happy with me. We did, yeah. We're supposed to drown them after all, with the Tidebringer. Yeah. The sacred halls, unsealed. Sacrilege. Well, looks like they're coming for me. I guess I'm just gonna have to move away. Awkward. But hey, we saved everyone just
Bring the
saved everyone.
Kill them all!
Oh, remind me, what was she leveling up? That's fine. Sword? Kill 500 to a stat, fast with critical hits unlocked. Well, that's not really working that well, is it?
Well?
Yeah, he'd probably have to solo things himself to do better.
As you wish.
So what's behind your door, though?
Interesting. I suppose it can't be helped. Hope that helps.
Ah, that's where they keep the loot. Not that great.
Not a
This is where
sound.
they have like things to be forgotten. They live in prison. Thick arms of coral have grown. Arms shot made of old weathered rocks. For intellect, less than one per encounter. Cool. I mean, it's not bad, it's just, you know, stuff. Well, I guess we should probably go to the... Well, actually, let's go see if what's-his-face is there so I can be like, hey, what's up? And if he's not there, we could go to the top of the abbey. Don't want to go to the top of the abbey. No, he's just buggered out somewhere. Well, what if I go to the top of the abbey? I didn't think about going to the top of the abbey. Oh, because I can't go to the top of the abbey. That's why. It just says top of the abbey, and I can't go though. Anyway, fine, we'll just go to the laboratory then. And I'm sure nothing bad happened on the way. I was gonna say, shouldn't there be more guards, you know? There's a strange lack of guards. Oh, hi.
You've made a grave mistake. I will correct it in Andra's name.
Nah. You could try. It amuses me. In fact, are you even still alive? Apparently he is still alive. Cute.
Yeah.
I can't even tell where I'm at in this mess. Oh, I'm taking some damage.
What is it?
Durant, where are you going? Stop.
That's not very helpful.
And they're taking quite a bit of damage, Okay, seriously, with the damage you guys are taking. I can't hear you guys. Okay, the character's starting to monks. Oh, but then I ain't love that. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, what did he have? He had the robes of the Tidebringer. Meh. I mean, not bad math, it's just, you know, no real use for it. So we still have that. That's what we rest still. You know, before we open the door.
Of course. As you wish.
So, water flows upward from the thin slit that cuts along the towers of the floor. The water swells. I was supposed to use this then. And the water is gone. Phew. So the skull. Okay, well. Nice. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go loot everything out. Cause you know, the railroad is apparently up with the skull. I'm sure that's not sus or anything. Poke. Hi Skull, I'll be right with you. Okay, maybe. But I said I'll be right with you. What's over here? Oh. But no way into the Hall's presence. Interesting. Okay, well we have is this. Examine.
I used to have this big hound. Like to dig for bones. Well, he'd be real excited right about now.
Better. And there's another door that goes down, I guess, and that goes up. That goes up? Where would it go up to? Huh. Up, you say? Strange crystal formation of this rock, that even after the collision against the thick bones of this giant skull seemed to radiate with a warmth of their own. Huh. Large between rows of crystalline rock, a large fragment of metal protrudes. It looks as though it might be possible to pry it loose. What pour with the metal fragment? As you touch the splinter or metal begins to glow, earned heat surges up your hands and your arms and envelop you with such intensity you feel as though you're melting down. These surges to the world around you turns to orange, then yellow, then white, the ground, the sky, everything around you drips in molten globs and begins to take the shape beneath you in a invisible mode. You and the short of the last things that melted fall on your addition to the molten pool completes the shape of an immense hammer. The metal coals are quickly fed and heated. The handle is gripped now by two great leathery hands, and the hammer is caught back over his shoulders, broad and moderate as a hilltop. The wielder whirls around you and heaves the hammer, and you are flying upward for what seems like an age into the airless blackness below. Above, as you spin, you catch a glimpse of a rock large enough to be a moon. It's close, far too close to the world. The force of the impact shatters hammer and stone alike. The rock is redirected outward by such that the front face is cleaved off and begins to fall, splintering apart at the cracks. 100,000 fragments blossom outward, and all directions debris showers the atmosphere, turning smoke and fire below land and sea afar, but gradually rising up. Look to the sea. Large the fragments wide as the city belches downward in a fiery cocoon. Its size reduces as the edge is imminent, but it won't burn up in time. It lands down in the distant ocean, sending a calm war skyward and radiating ripples that spread like wrinkles in fabric. Then the sound comes tearing through the sky. It sounds like thunder. Look to the land, feature becoming clear by the moment. As you streak toward the earth, you are a large and enormous boulder falling among other small fragments that heat and burst around you on all sides. Beneath you, snow-capped mountains rise up. Dotted here and there will be by cities of stone and art, then probably the destruction of all of them. So your rock frame is visible now, getting larger by the second. You march away from striking the ground when a massive shape throws itself into your path. The last hero sounds like an over-rumbling impact, but that isn't what it is. It's a chuckle relieved breath as you towards made it. Everything goes dark. You open your eyes. The metal hammer fragment has come free, and now you hold it in your hands. It's warm to the touch. Then around you suddenly turbulent, spiteful. A cold, damp wind whips your face. Salt crystals collect in your nostrils and crevices of your eyes. The floor below you becomes blue, gray, and glassy, churning and rolling. And when you fall, you crash through the water. Violent webs hurl and spin you. Something slithers around your ankle, sees you, incredible strength, and drags you down to the silty depths. When the point stops, you're hovering at the center of an endless blue abyss. You can see neither surface nor floor. God, that would bother the shit out of me. It seemed to be facing downward, but there was no way to be sure. Voice sound from everywhere at once, and the immense pressure away from each other and sent you reeling.
Deceitful wretch! Grave robber! You who dig for that which you did not bury, speak! Explain yourself and be judged!
Oh, hi, Andra. Yeah, I think it means it's being an army that threatens my land.
You seek what is mine! What was rightfully lost!
That was prepared to send you end over end.
Your actions speak for themselves. The battery opened. The forge ignited.
Yes, I did do.
You set free souls that hid from me. That stole from me and evaded my judgment. The dwarves sealed their own fate. The forge was meant to be forgotten. And now, here you are again, denying peace to the buried.
Well, I sent it back to the whale, like, yeah. So, maybe you can collect them next time. As for the forge, no, that's Abaddon's forge, not your forge. Difference around you comes. Still serves like a slow, it's alteration. The fast dark sea scraping beyond the murk fades in. Rays of light trickle down from the far above onto green gold. Columns of kelp that rise from the depths and sway back and forth in the current. Fish and moors patrol them in groups of hundreds and thousands, and nearest past you with watchful eyes. So what do you mean the forge is meant to be forgotten?
It was never meant for mortal use. Such power, such truths lie within it. It can bring only ruin. When the Pargrunen came to the White March, they were peaceful. They shared common beliefs and purpose. Their visions for the Forge tore them apart. You have seen this for yourself. They would have destroyed themselves in the end.
Yeah, how convenient that we never know.
You need only look to the history of your own civilization for assurance. How many wars, how many fallen empires might have been averted if only their leaders could forget the objects of their ambition?
I mean... that's fair, but... You're one of the gods who wanted to destroy souls. So...
I mourned the loss of the Pargrunen. Misfortune brought them here. They did not deserve to end so soon.
By the way, so why are the bones of one god doing sealed in the temple of another?
Do not play coy with a god, Watcher. I know you have seen his death. I feel it whenever a forgotten thing is taken from me. Obsidian did not deserve to die here. This place, it was the least I could do to give his remains some privacy.
Yeah, he did destroy one of your moons.
The least I could do for ending his life.
Light treasures around the campfire becomes the corpse of black tender with stark and twisted as regret.
I called the moon down to me. Ioni brother. It was against his wishes. He would not listen to reason, would not listen to me. In his madness, he splintered the moon. But it was not enough. The greatest of the fragments still fell toward that which he would protect. In the end, he took position where it would fall, and absorbed the impact himself.
So how about the outer moons?
Ioni brother is their smaller sibling, tiny next to them.
Small enough that the world would survive its impact. Make it sound as though you were the same one.
The other gods knew what had to be done, but they lacked the will to go through with it. Even gods have their attachments.
Yeah, except for you guys keep doing stuff like Wodaka keeps trying to steal all these souls for herself. Margaret's working with Wodaka to bank bombs. And then betraying Wodaka, or Wodaka betrayed her. Either way, you blew up Aethys. It's like, you guys aren't exactly at the best terms.
To erase all knowledge of such a grand thing required unthinkable devastation. The Eastern Reach, Deadfire. Mine was the only solution. When I called down Ione Brother, they remained silent. Even Abaddon. He knew it was for the best. But he tried to stop it all the same. Perhaps deep down I knew he would.
Boy, the secret.
That time has been forgotten now. And so his death belongs to me. Everything he was before the impact.
Well, but you knew, surely that would got you. Surely Abaddon must know. Current searchers say they're help at pushing each planet's hours like saplings in a hurricane, but bringing back with immense torrent of wayward.
No! He cannot know! He must never know!
You must never know that I murdered him.
Understand, he was not always as he is now. His body was not all he left behind. He was devoted to progress and industry from the beginning. But so too was he devoted to preservation. In those times he would let nothing go. Nothing could be forgotten. His will was iron long before his body.
That's why I went so far to oppose you.
We agreed long ago, all of us, not to alter the course of Kith's civilization. Not directly. Not unless there were no other choice.
Well, you did throw a moon at it.
But in this matter, there was no other choice. He understood that as well as anyone. It was for duty that he opposed it. I would have stopped it if I could. But by then it was too late. Time has finished much of what I started. I cannot tell you that, mortal, for fear of undoing all its costly work. You may ask.
Why do you do it?
The great conundrum of a god is how close to become with your subjects. Too far and they lose hope. Too close and your own judgment fails. Civilizations are meant to ebb and flow. Allow them to persist for too long in power or knowledge, and you invite catastrophe.
So basically it's Mass Effect all over again. Remember the cycles? Every civilization reaches every galactic civilization reaches a point where it becomes too advanced, and then the Reapers show up and annihilate everything, and let the other lesser civilizations grow up again, and then annihilates them again. So forth, so forth, so forth, so forth. Cycles and shit. Ebb and flow.
There was a time when we let our sympathies get the better of us. When memories were allowed to persist that should have been washed away. The other gods could not be moved to act. I did what had to be done without them.
Well, sounds like you acted on your own. Talk about the Griffins.
I speak of what is forgotten. I failed that day, but my purpose was achieved in the end. I will not dredge up the memory to satisfy idle curiosity.
Some of those islands are they yours.
What the world casts aside, I take into my care. A thing may be forgotten, but it is never alone as long as I am here. They were lost children, abandoned, fixed on a purpose that no longer had meaning. I took them in, gave them new purpose. I did not create them, but yes, they are mine.
So basically you murdered Abaddon and stole his things.
They were his once. I won't deny it. He created them as assistants to carry out his work on Aora.
You're sort of a bit.
But he has long been the overseer of progress in the world. Leaving things behind has always been his way. I allow him to leave his past in my care, so that it does not hold him back.
Oh, unique connection.
I suppose we do.
We made a god pause.
But then, the gods have always been able to accomplish far greater things when working together.
So I don't know what else to discuss about
Speak your mind.
what new purse did you get?
Some things that are forgotten must never be remembered. Not merely for the benefit of those who forgot, but for the entire world. There can be no second thoughts, no sympathy or stays of execution. The eyeless were born to fulfill this task, though even their creator did not know it. They are single-minded and relentless.
I mean, they kill those who remember what you once forgot.
They do not flinch when called upon to do what is necessary. Kith owe them a great debt for the troubles they have hidden away. You may ask.
There's the thing, I need to go off the island.
On the contrary, mortal, their work must continue. Far too much was uncovered while they lay dormant.
Yeah, they draw attention to the very thing you wish hidden. In my dreams, I've seen them swarm over the tree.
Those who know too much of the White Forge will be washed clean from Aora, and then the eyeless shall rest once more.
Well, this isn't some lone tribe of dwarves. The forge sees fish from all over now. Others return the Deerwood port. You'll know we've gone. Sea life from stirs back and forth as they rest.
Even if it is as you say, there is nothing that can be done.
Fuck's sakes.
The eyeless do not think for themselves. They have only the purpose that is given to them. They do not stop until the purpose is fulfilled.
That whole thing about your god, couldn't you do something about that? Why? It's odd when you make basically gods, but then you make them almost powerless because we can't interact directly. But yet here we are interacting directly. But yet we can't cancel interactions directly. It's very contradictory. Like she has enough power to talk to me telepathically through this. She has enough power to basically override them with a, hey, go purge everyone that's seen the White Forge. But the problem, though, also is that she could stop that, but no, can't stop that. But you could, you're supposed to be a god. Nope, can't do that.
They will not change course now for me or anyone. I am sorry.
But you're a god, you should be able to do that. Well, Carter said they could be called.
Only if those they pursue are no longer a threat. The raid Sarens were stopped before they could take the White Forge.
True.
In your case, Watcher, you are well beyond that now. And if what you say is true, then the Deerwood is as well.
Well, if you won't stop them, then I'll have to stop.
Your determination is commendable. But the eyeless number in the thousands. You will need more than strength or luck.
Well, don't take whatever I can get.
I will give you what aid I can. I bade the eyeless to remain hidden when at rest.
You contradictory bitch.
They are gathered in the hollow of a great rock, splintered from Ione Brother. It lies in a flooded crater known as Kairon's Scar. Know, too, that they were built to answer the call of their master's hammer. When they hear it strike, they come to its aid. If you were to take that piece of his hammer from here and reshape it in Abaddon's forge into a likeness of the original, you might be able to call them to you. But destroying them would be another matter. I know of one way, but only from the center of the Lion's Den. Only with their master's hammer in your service. If you can do all this, if you can reshape what remains of Abaddon's hammer and bring it inside their lair, I can instruct you there on what you would need to do. And I will see you through when the time comes.
Sure you will. Someone else can add it. I'll make the hammer and stop the island.
If you do not, be assured, they will come for you as they did for the Pargrunen. Careful as you approach the lake. When I claimed the eyeless, I made sure they would not be discovered while they slept. Many of my most devoted followers stand watch there. They will not allow you near. And there is something far worse. Something more fearsome and dangerous than any eyeless. Let us hope you do not...
Vice Master surge in the current. From beneath sends you hurrying upwards as the surface above you approaches fast. Then she got tired of my shit. But yeah. This is one of those things I dislike. I hate the whole having to deal with God's bullshit. Basically, okay. The Aberdeen here is like, nah, F this shit. Throws his hammer, breaks up the moon, gets hit with the moon, dies. But yet he's still technically around and chose a new form. Because, you know, apparently he could do that. Or he got his essence in the wheel, came back into his alpha form. He was reborn again, basically. But yeah. Andra's like, oh, no, you must never tell him that I murdered him. Because that would be bad. Because I like him. But yes, yeah, I stole his shit. And since I stole his shit, I can't really do anything about that.
What is it?
Like I told him to, you know, go get rid of every knowledge of this place.
Well?
But then I forgot how to make them turn off. So you have to do it yourself.
Well?
By the way, I'm totally helping you now. Even though I told you not to do anything. Even though I'm angry at you, I'm still going to help you. It's like, the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I could try to add directly to the found endurance battery. Sure, why not? Just instantly go, though. That's convenient as shit. Hopefully all I need was this one thing. And not some other fetch quest to find all the parts of his hammer. Like my head hurts just trying to process what she told me. Oh yeah, I'm totally helping you, but I'm totally not helping you, but it's like, what? Anyway, I need to make a hammer. The fragment hammer is built to warm your hand into recognition. Recreate his hammer. Go to mind every memory you have witnessed of the great hammer. The image is coalesced to take shape in your mind's eye. You know every curve, every engraving, even as a shapeless lump of matter. You can see the fragment for what it's meant to become. The fragment slowly heat, even in the white crypt torch work against them. Tell your body and piles on your feet. You will arm grow sore with each swing of your forearm until you can barely lift it. Minutes turn to hours. As out of sound begins to take shape, the ring of your own hammer begins to take on a baritone, one that you have heard in your dreams. With each strike, an image flashes your mind. It's hazy at first, but it gains details. The hammer begins to resemble the original. Over time, the image becomes a frozen landscape centered around a crater lake, eyeless, patrol it. It's frozen and surface of droves, and this can be the place Andra described the Kairan scar. Let's pause in the hill. When you strike, you look up, as though hearing the echo in the wind. In the distance, it's as more details appear. You can see our landsman, stalwart, Dur's battery, and show where the lake lies in the white marsh. Where you must take this hammer. Finally, with the careful edge of the last detail of your chest, the hammer is completed. No sooner do you make the final mark than you feel a pale, radiant energy pulsing from within it like a mechanical heartbeat. There is indescribable beauty to the shape and the way of this design. Just as this is the revelation of the metal's purpose. You take up the hammer and its power rushes over you in waves, and it shakes your body so hard you nearly drop to your knees. The tremor passes, but the surge of power remains. The hell in your arm stands on end. Your hands is a faithful creation of a divine instrument. So now we have a hammer. That's a good looking hammer, based on the scope that I hope they appreciate. The problem though is you put that my a bit high.
I've heard enough.
Down the army reach you and start standing marches room with arms crossbow. Winger bounds along behind him and the ogre.
This threatens all of us now.
Winger sees you and punches through his ass.
See, Darian? He'll tell you. We can stop him.
Ginger crackers in the outer world of cuts. Winger off for a trophy mount.
If he's seen them, he knows better.
What's going
Something
on here?
killed a whole crew of hunters out in the wood. Tore them apart like dolls, insects.
Spider stay posture, his eyes wet and flicker like flies, and his upper lip shines with sweat. Railgun mutters something to her escort and they snore in agitation.
I told ya! All we gotta do is get him in range of these cannons and then we blast him!
We don't even know what they are.
Well, I do. There's the island.
The destruction my dreams warned me of. And your greed and recklessness have brought them on us all!
Yours shows back and powers the teeth of the two pillars. Rage hangs around like a musk.
You burning our village didn't help matters none.
It wasn't my clan that attacked you.
No difference. One ogre stinks as bad as the next.
Baron, you come all this way out here just to say I told you
I
so?
came to offer my clan's help. The White March has been our home for centuries. We'll defend it alongside you.
Thanks. This presents an ancient bandit who I'm Popo. Car's hands holding out to you.
Sound it anywhere in the White March, and 3 of my best warriors will be at your side.
Cool.
Your battles become ours.
We're gonna use it. Anyway, bye. Peace. Anyway, I need to go do stuff. I have hammer.
What's your plan for dealing with them exactly?
Yeah, they're hidden in Cameron's car. Face them down.
That lake's notorious. Folk never come back from that. Oh. Ahem. You know, those heavy cannons you fixed might come in handy.
Oh, are you gonna strap a cannon to me? Because I totally want that to happen.
Hear me out. Karen's Scar should be just in range for those guns. You just point out your target and I'll do the rest.
If those things are on the move, we don't have much time. If you're really gonna stop them, take this. It's the best of the ore we've pulled from Stalwart's mines. It's not much, but it's good enough to make the old Pargrunen Smiths proud.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, did you guys give me shit? You may call upon the aid of Crag Ogres by using that. You may call upon the cannon destroyers by using the heavy cannon blast ability. Bolter's granted heavy cannon blast. Never seen anything like it. The problem though is you gave me this Warhammer. Abaddon's hammer. Bind this item to unlock the next level. It's already legendary though. Because it's a Warhammer. Which I don't really have points for, but it's also two-handed. Plus 4 mind. I mean, it's two-handed. It's already better than most of my shit. But hell, fine. If you insist, I will bind my soul to the Warhammer. Yep. I mean, hell, I should have stats with it because it's a Warhammer. Soldier things. I have soldier things for my greatsword, so yeah. So he bound it to us. Thing is, it's a MacGuffin. So it has abilities against eyeless. Like plus 10 accuracy against eyeless. Plus 50% damage against eyeless. Against destroy eyeless. Against ring of the ancient forge. Stun. Against Abaddon's labor. Not bad. One problem is it gives 150 to the user. Use the hammer to destroy the army of eyeless, and it becomes better, so destroy the army. Okay, we also have this, which summon 3 Crag rogues. Yeah, I don't need that. I'd rather have, you know, that put back in my inventory. But, you know, this is a MacGuffin. They want me to use the MacGuffin. Also, how much did you guys get? Not enough to make anything.
As you wish.
Yeah. Trying to think of the easiest way out, though. But yeah, it's very MacGuffin. I'll try to do the Cannon Scar. Caven Scar. I like that. Just, by the way, go there instantly. Trying to think, do I want it in the Vale before we go in? Probably should. Then I'm not sure how long this is going to take. So yeah. Anything going on? No. Okay. See, yeah, if it wasn't two-handed, I'd probably give it to Edward because, you know, he's better with two-handed stuff. I mean, he's better with Warhammers. But Warhammer is just, yeah, soldier. So, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I had to get a venture because of all those S-stocks I have. Anyway. But did I save? No, I didn't. Save. So anyway, that's time. We're going to this thing and murder all these eyeless with this hammer. Because apparently that's the whole reason for this hammer, is just to murder eyeless. Makes you wonder exactly how good is it outside of this area. Well, it does have, you know, it's a legendary hammer, and it does have +4 might. So it's got that going for it. Which basically, technically with this hammer, I'd have to... It gives me how much might? 25. That's not bad. Still my highest was Crawford. I don't understand the most powerful enemy defeated thing. Anyway, promise a few for me though. Hope you all enjoyed, thank you all, and have a nice day.